So before we get into sheet 1, we're always going to want to make sure that when we go to our data source that we have the proper relationship made with our sample superstore data. So before you continue, make sure you have your orders worksheet related to your returns worksheet. Okay, so for sheet 1, we're going to rename our worksheet as customer scatter. It's important to always name your worksheets. That way when you make your dashboard, you have a reference to what you're talking about, or what you're putting on the dashboard rather. So to make a scatter, we're going to use two measures, and that's going to be sales and profit. So if we find sales and profit here in our orders table, we can drag sales, and we're going to put this in the column shelf. And we're going to throw profit into our rows shelf, which will give us our scatter plot. But right now, the level of detail is very low as we only have one circle here. So to increase our granularity, we're going to use the customer name field, which should be over here on the left, and we're going to throw it into detail. Right, so now once I do that, we get to see our scatter come together quite nicely, but we just want to do some more configurations. First is going to be adding our profit ratio into color. So I'm going to create my calculated field, right? Profit ratio is not currently in our data pane, so we have to create our calculated field, which is going to be profit margin. And profit margin is going to be sum of profit divided by sum of our sales. Great. So once I have this set up, I'm going to click OK. And I can find my profit margin calculated field here on the left. We can see there's an equal sign. That lets us know that this is our calculated field. So let's throw this into our color marks card. Great. So now we have some a legend here for our profit margin. And instead of this color, we're going to add the red and black diverging color scheme. So when I click color, I'll go to edit colors. And instead of automatic, I'm going to scroll through and look for our red and black diverging. Here it is. Perfect. So I'll select this, and we're going to do some advanced configurations set up. That way our legend will start at a certain spot, and we want it to start at negative 0.5, and we want it to end at 0.5. And our center is going to be 0. Perfect. So we'll click OK. Right. So now everything above our above the 0 is black, which means that it was profitable. Everything below the 0 is red, meaning that it was not profitable. Okay, and then to do some more configuring, we're going to change the size of our circles just to be a little bit past the first tick mark. Right, if we wanted to make it really big, we don't want to make it too big, right? Because then we wouldn't really be able to get a lot of analysis, but we just want it to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to bring it over just above the first tick. And then lastly, we're going to do some changes to our chart type, because right now we have our scatter plot, but we want to fill in each circle. That way it's a little bit easier for us to tell the difference. So to do that, I'm going to click on automatic and find circle. And now each circle is filled in, right? It's a little bit easier to tell the difference between one and the other. Okay. So this concludes our customer scatter sheet. So let's move on to our next worksheet.